Hi everyone, welcome to my how to wireframe video. If you don't have the context for what I'm showing you on screen here, what we're looking at is a user story. In my last video, I had a how to write a user story, and I'm just going to go through it really quick. So reading this from perspective like a UI, UX designer who kind of got, a user story with some basic steps included in it. So here I have my initial information. As a user, I want to gift and collect flowers. So in the application we've built, we have blooming for you, and the customer can kind of create their own flower within the application. So now we want to introduce some new features and functionality where they can then save the flower to a collection and then gift it to another user. There's a lot of background context here. You could determine, why do we need this feature? And kind of answer that question, new features that drive usability like sharing. So developing this new feature, the idea or the business aspect of it is we get people to drive more interactions on the app and get people to use the app long term. Now, finally, there's my cat, come up here. As the product owner, I kind of wrote out this user story, and then we as kind of UI UX designer will read this story and then interpret these steps. So I'm going to move this to my left, and I want to start talking about Figma a little bit. So in Figma, if you didn't know this, in the bottom left we have Explore or Community. And that redirects you to this page where you can kind of type in things like wireframe kit, and then it shows me all the different wireframing kits here that you can kind of use out of the box. Personally, I prefer just to use gray boxes within Figma. I don't think there's anything wrong with using these kits, but they should get you on your way, right? But today we're going to just do it without the thing, and we're going to follow the user story I've created. So in the right here, if you along the bottom, they've changed the UI recently. When I click this hashtag symbol, it's called a frame. We get different frames for kind of a phone. We also have different frames for when do they change it? Oh, there we go. They also have different frames for desktop here. So I have a desktop frame, and you can even do a TV frame if you like there. And then you have presentations and paper and social media. So if you want to do a LinkedIn cover, you can go in here and do that. But today we just want to do a desktop. So usually when I design any existing wireframe, if the app does exist, I will take a screenshot of the existing app to just kind of provide me some more context of what the current app looks like, and then I might start building on top of that. But I'm just going to kind of keep this here, and then we're going to kind of emulate what we have on the left hand side. So I'm going to take along the bottom here, the square lets me just create a square like this across the top. That should give me my navbar. The navbar is a little thin on the left, and I want that maybe thicker. And then I notice we have control panels on the left here, so we want to kind of match that up there too. So I think we should evenly space this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the frame, and then along the bottom when you click the frame, there's something called the layout grid. Now, I like to use columns, and I think I coded this in a set of 5 columns. So that means that my control panel on the left, if we're kind of looking where I adjust up and down, right, with my pedal and everything, I set it to that column setting. So I have a lot of like a wide space within where I can kind of design my flower. All right, now I'm going to keep the grid on, pull this all the way down, so it's my control panel. I'm going to pull this all the way down. All right, and then in the middle, I want to create a box where the flower will like exist and be rendered. I'm going to then get rid of, actually I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to go within the gutter here. So these thin spaces in between the red are the gutters, and then your columns are in red. I'm going to go ahead and then switch back to the layout grid, go to rows, and then I'm going to lower that here. So I think now I'm going to get rid of my layout grid. Now, a thing that we kind of see with the app right now, the problem is, there's a lot of problems with it, obviously. It's not very pretty and it's ugly. Is where would I, save my flower? So I've created a flower inside, or let's say I've made some adjustments right on the left-hand side, and the way those elements are organized aren't very clean. So I need to start thinking about how those elements are created. So I'm going to actually go ahead and then crop this here. Oh, sorry, they changed the cropping tool lately. Oh, there it is. It used to be along the top. A new update with Figma this year. All right, and I'm going to kind of crop that down here. So this is sort of, it has created a box. So, if I kind of just create the image a few more times, kind of get that box effect here. All right, so I have all those boxes. So the problem here, I want to change the color along the top to give me some better framing, make this a little darker. So now the problem here, I have all my, let's say my little knobs there to adjust to make a change, right? I'm going to bring that down slightly, and then we can sort of give this a header, and right now we don't need to think too deeply about it. So we need, let's just call it the control panel. Can, name this a little bit better. And then we should make this a bigger size, I think. 24 will make sense. And we're just going to go up here really quickly and think about my font sizes. So bring this forward. This is just kind of for later. It's kind of like saying, well, this is 24 pixels. Then let's do 20. Then let's do a 16. So this will be my header 1. Might have to change this later, but I just want to get the basics down. This is going to be my header 2, 20 pixels, 16, my header 3, and then our plain text is going to be 12, I think. So paragraph text, 12, paragraph text. We're going to get rid of the bold there. Maybe I don't need the bold on this. Okay, perfect. Get rid of the bold on the control panel there. That is going to be a header 1 kind of control panel. So that kind of helps with some of the spacing. We're going to like put a flower here. Flower goes here. Just make that real big just to say that. All right, so I'll make my adjustments on the left-hand side here. We'll create a flower, let's say, and then we need to think about how to save it. I was thinking maybe a navbar along the top, or maybe that's probably better in the lower right or the upper right, is kind of, let's do this. We're going to have the title of our flower. So users should be able to name their flower. And then I want to put a subtext under here to kind of explain what it does. So name your flower. Maybe that paragraph text is way too large comparatively. Yeah. Might want to go smaller. We'll see. We can come back later. All right, we just want to have the subtext there, and then The name of the flower is blue flower here. Okay. So we need a way for users to understand that this is an input box. So we're going to create another box. Bring this forward here. Going to add a stroke, make it white inside. This is like our basic input box component. I'm going to highlight these. So what I did is I clicked each one, and I did Control C and then Control V to copy it, and then I just dragged it up. So now what I can do is just create a component like this, and then when I go ahead and I create a second component down here like this, I can just kind of edit it separately. So there's like kind of consistency between your wireframing components and everything like that. All right, let's just move that there. So rename this component. So if you zoom in and click component 1, input component. All right, we can come back and use that later. And you can also kind of search for your components here, because you'll have a lot of components and it'll take you right to it. That's really convenient. All right, so I think that's one input there. So I can name my flower. What else should be there? Maybe a note of some kind. Let's see, I'm going to say create a note. Actually, I don't think I want a second input box for this. We're going to create a completely new component here. Give it a stroke, make it white, and then I'm going to give it the subtitle above it. Leave a love note here. Let's make this black. And what we're going to call this is create a component. This is our description box. Here, okay, perfect. So I'm going to select the component, copy and paste it, and then drag it down. And we have created our own description box. So let's say here the idea would be, I'd be proposing as the UI UX designer to say, oh, it would be great if we could leave notes with the flowers we're giving other people, and that would become another backend requirement. And as the product owner, I would update the user story here. All right, perfect. And then I think we're going to do the buttons next. So I'm just going to go above again, just create a square box. We're going to make it slightly darker. And then I'm going to, I don't think it, you don't want to put a stroke usually, but I'm going to leave the stroke out. And then I'm going to shorten the button a little bit, drag it down. Then I'm going to put some text. Button 1 here. Then I'm going to zoom this in. That is still a little bit very large for really what I prefer. So I'm going to move it to a 10. Okay, and I'm going to highlight the background, and then I'm going to right click, create a component. So it's going to be my button 1 component. We're going to have very different versions of the button for input feedback later. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I was interrupted there. So anyways, we've created our button and I've created a component, and we have kind of create our send flower button. So we're going to move that down. Like I said, nothing has to be perfect here. Then I'm going to just copy it again, and that makes another component. And then just following the user story on my left, we're going to create send gift. Yep. And then, so the first step says users created a flower. So we've created a flower inside. And then users are going to be able to save the flower or click send gift. So I think we're going to just do save the flower first. We'll get like 2 different behaviors when they send the gift or save the flower. So let me move these out of the way. These are just kind of where my components and sizing stuff will be. So here, we're going to have this is kind of step one. So users create flower. Then I'm going to click my prototype in the upper right here. And I'm going to select my frame. Then I'm going to click flow starting point. Then when I hover over the middle here, this plus symbol shows up. I don't know if you can see that, but let me drag it over, and I drag it over to my next frame. So my next step would be if somebody, well, actually, to be more specific, let's do that again. So let's click the button, send flowers, and then you see the plus symbol near the component. I can just drag it over like this. So when the plus symbol comes up, drag it over. So when I click send flowers, we'll go to the next page. So when I go to the next page, we're going to a collections page. So this will be the collections page. So now I think we have to design a completely new thing here. So I'm going to get rid of this. Now I think, okay, so let's start designing the cards for step 2. So just going to drag a box here, going to make this white, and then I'm going to create another box on top of that. Oh, create another box on top of that. I kind of want the title to go down here, so we're going to put it in darker gray. And then I'm going to just make this a component that I'll probably design and use later again. We actually want to just take this one out first here. Bring this up. Okay, I can expand it. Great. Bring this forward, set that there. And then I can just copy it down here, and I can just keep using that same one over and over again. Great. Fit this. So I'm going to eyeball it. I'm going to skip the layout grid for now. All right. Then I'm going to copy this here. Okay. Then we have some cards. Let's see if wanted to add a text box inside. Flower. Just center that there. Name this card 1. Let me erase my volume. I noticed I was having volume issues earlier. Oh, didn't select it right there. Card 1. All right, so we've created our card. Now I updated that one component above, and it has updated everything down here. So now the next step, let me go see my steps really quick. All right, so users will then redirect to the collection page. So when I'm going to go into prototype mode really quick. So when I click this frame, I click prototype in the upper right, this icon on the left shows up here, and it's kind of like a movie play thing. All right, let me open this up. Hold on a minute, it's an Android. That's not supposed to be an Android. It's fit to device. Oh, this is completely wrong. What happened to my frame? It's a desktop. Why is it super weird? Never happens. It's a weird bug. Never seen that before. Okay, I'm back. I figured out what was wrong there. So if you go to prototype, and then there's something called show prototype settings. Now, if this was selected on Android by default for some reason, but if I click no device, it fixed it. So if I click Android and we play it, get an Android phone. If I go back to show prototype settings and go to no device, it fixes our prototype. So that's just really weird. I haven't experienced that with Figma before. Anyways, now that we have this prototype, if I click flower, it takes me to the collections page here. So I can just go back and make updates to the page like this. So this doesn't really have a header, for example, so we can just add a header like this. So your collections, and then I'm going to go back to the My Design tab and set it at 24. Let's bring that down here. And then if I go back to my frame, collection shows up your collections. All right, now the next step to the story is, let's see, user creates a flower, and then we click Save Flower, and then we'll be redirected to here, and then we'll load all the flowers inside. Let's find a flower really quick. Actually, I'll add a flower later, but okay, so we have our cards here. One thing I'm not in love with my cards, I want the edges to be a little bit rounder there. Select the rectangle that you are changing. There we go. And then the other rectangle we need to go to the edges here. There we go. So I've made all my cards a little rounder there. So the next step is clicking the card. So users will click a flower card and will be redirected to the flowers page. All right, great. So I'm going to reuse this wireframe over here. Then I'm going to click prototype, and then I'm going to click and drag this over. So this is the blue flower. This could be another red flower, yellow, purple, for example. All right, and then I'll get a flower here. Send flower. Oh, shouldn't say send flower. Should do save flower. Some typo I just noticed. All right, there we go. All right, so now I think when we redirect, we should just display the flower itself. So this is step 3. This is not step 3, that's step 3 here. Step 3. What if we could share or visit other collections? If each flower that is saved will be represented as a card with a thumbnail and a title, users will be able to hover over the card, see an animation. So I get an animation with this card too. And then users will click a flower card and be redirected to the flowers page. Flower card and be redirected to the flowers page. So I'm going to make a new type of page where it's like a kind of view only, and then there can be like an edit thing here. So view only of the flowers page. And then we'll have the flower down here. Be like a expanded view of it. Actually, let's just keep it like that. Expanded view. Yeah, we'll do it like this, and then we can have we'll just copy the buttons again to save ourselves, kind of like a floating toolbar in a sense. All right, so here, users then can We can do edit flower, and then we can use the same thing here. I put this in a group. See if auto layout will work here. So, okay. Perfect. And then we can do send a gift. All right. So now let me go back to the prototyping tab here. And what I can do is I can select a specific button and then redirect to what's like our edit page if we want to go back. Right. Now, the problem with this Navbar, I don't have a way to get to my quote-unquote collection. So I'm probably going to need a logo here. Logo. Let me go to the design tab really quick. I'm going to go to 36. Oh, 36. I'll do 40. And then we'll do your collections. We're going to make that a lot smaller. I think 24 is fine. Get rid of your, just do collections. And that's it right there. This is where I should have made the Navbar component to save myself some time. All right, let's move the Navbar up here. Okay, I'm going to copy the Navbar. Just put that in here so I don't have to go back every time and fix it. Make sure that is fully there. Go one more time just to fix this here. Okay. All right, perfect. So users will click a flower card. We are redirected to the flowers page. They can edit the flower, send a gift option. Okay, so the second flow, so what I'm going to do is that we have different user flows. What I like to do is break them up by sections. I'm going to keep this screenshot here and delete desktop 1. So down here in the middle, I have, down here in the middle, I have, if you click this down arrow, there's something called a section. So we're just going to call this is user flow A. User creates a flower. All right. And then I'm going to just copy it here. And then label it user flow B. User edits a flower after it's been saved. So user will click edit flower, and then that will, we'll just do this edit flower down here. All right, so what I can do is take the prototype and delete this connection, drag it down here. Perfect. So that begins my user flow B, and edit flower. This will change the state from a view state to the edit state. So when I click the button, we go into this edit state of a flower, and that means the button has to pretty much disappear. Those two buttons will have to go away. Users will make adjustments and click save and remain on the same flower page. So they'll just click save, and we're going to get rid of that. We're going to reuse this wireframe again, and then it takes me back. So flow B is done there. So that was flow B. Then flow C is send GIFs by clicking the send GIF button. This one is a little bit longer, so let me just show you on screen what I mean really quick. So user send GIFs by clicking the send GIF button. User clicks send GIF button. User will have a modal pop-up. We provide various options. So they'll type in an email. They'll go send it off to somebody. User types email address, click send. User will receive the flower like this in an email. Button will be provided, or a hyperlink with a graphic element to ensure trust and branding. User can click to claim their flower. So users who claim flowers, there will be kind of a fork in the logic there. So that's what will kind of map out, and then user B will see the flower in their collection. So now this is more involved with like user profiles and things like that. So I do want to come back to my Navbar really quickly. And then in here we can kind of add in my user profile. Just do something like this really quick. Make this white. Elongate that. Okay, I'm going to copy it. All right, perfect. So you can just group that. We can add the Navbar label right there. Perfect. So now they all have it. Okay. So let's just copy this. All right, perfect. I'm going to get rid of the view only now here, and then we're going to come back here and label this correctly. So C, it's user flow C. The user will click edit the flower. Oh, no. User will click send gift button. A pop-up will appear. So we're going to do step 1, user clicks send the button. All right. Then I'm going to copy this here. If I click down here, I click prototype. So anytime somebody clicks the send gift, actually, I think I can just do it. No, I can't. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, anytime you send a gift here, do that. Bring us down here. And then get the other one up here. It's probably a better way to do this, but I don't remember. All right, perfect. So anytime we click send gifts in any of the flows, we could also, we should label these flows. So let me go back. User edits flower. User will make adjustments. Perfect. Okay, cool. So let me click this frame and add my prototype floating starting point here. So this would be flow B, right? So this is flow B. Perfect, and this is flow A. And then this will be flow C down here. All right, then. So we have the 3 flows from the user story. And then what we'll do is come back down here. So whenever I'm going to play the user story, so whenever I click send a gift, it should take me to see the modal and the pop-up. So I'm going to click back here. This is the modal and the pop-up, so let me just label this. So a modal will pop up and see various options. So we're just going to stick one in the middle here. We're going to give it a stroke so it's different. Now, I think what this should say is go left. Should have a header at 24. Sending flowers to another. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just don't put lips and just take the time to kind of write it in, and then we can do a second header. Quick. Actually, this is why we need to come back and do the header thing all over again. It's not kind of too close. Go down to 16. Flowers can be a way to show affection to others. Okay, so that's the subtitle, and then we're going to need an input box here again. So we're going to just go ahead and take this input down here. All right, so now I'm going to actually move type in the email you want to send. Then I'm going to set the text to gray, actually. Perfect. I want to completely change the shape of this. I'm actually going to break the component. So you can click the component and right click on it, and then I think there's detach instant. So that gets rid of the component logic there, which is okay with me. Actually, it puts it on a frame, which I'm not too crazy about. I'm just going to ungroup them completely. All right, then kind of line this up here. Let's move this to 12. Down here like this. It's too strong. Do a 6. Okay. Then type your email. Type in send off. Perfect. And I think we need a button. So let's go get the button here. Actually, does the assets make me? Does it just show up like this? Oh, that's great. Okay, so you can just click assets and type in the component and drag it over. So do cancel, and then send gift. Perfect. All right, and let's make this modal a lot smaller. All right, so we're going to select all the items in here, and then we are going to create a component. Now that we've created a component, we're going to move that up here. What should we name this component? Just name it. This not all work. Oh dear, something's wrong with it. Yeah, let's create a component. My input box is gone. Yeah, all right, that needs to be at the bottom. Okay, great. So now we're going to rename this to send gift modal. All right, and then we're going to put it back in here. All right, so modal, drag this over. There we go. That is done. So the user will type in a email there, and then there's a better way to do this with variants when a user types in, which I think, let me see if we can build this really quick. So I'm going to highlight the input box. So I had to edit this because they changed the UI, but if you click a component, in the upper right here, there's this plus button. It's called add a variant, and then it will generate the same component again, but a variant of the component. So like an alternative state. And then inside, I'll be able to do lesliemwubble@gmail.com, and then change the color of that, right? So I'm going to create another variant here. Just create it. Oh, I could just do it here, the plus symbol now. So what I can do is kind of make an illusion or an animation in a sense of like what typing would look like, right? .com, and then we can kind of see if we can add the bars here. All right. I can make another variant. Can I move this up? No. All right, perfect. So now if I go to prototype and I click my component, I can drag the arrow to my variants here. So I click, and then I can do it again, drag to my next variant. There. And then I can drag it down again. Then I can change the trigger, and then it's done. So now that we have this, I didn't make this a component anymore, this group. So I'm going to delete this group, create a copy, drag it over here, and put it into the send gift modal, if it would let me. And then get out prototype mode, I think. There you go. Then I can just put this in, the email thing down into, actually I think I have to go down here. Email input, let's just grab it. Drag the email input here. Great. So we got the email input. All right, so let's give it a shot now. So we're going to hit thing, send a gift. Now if I click inside, it just does it immediately. It's so fast. So yeah, we've created, say like it's typing out, right? Like if I send a gift and then just immediately starts. We can just change that really quickly and make it like clickable instead. Click. Click. All right, let's go back. Send gift. Perfect. So yeah, I think that should work now. Got to restart it. When you click R to restart it. All right, perfect. So that's our modal. Once our email is typed up, we then have to see if I can create. Is it based off of a? Can I set it to a property? Okay. So now when I click send, we need a confirmation, and I think that's what we missed here. So we're going to need a confirmation screen. We're just going to do, yeah, we're going to do another variant here. Let me just move this to the side, do this right. So let's go back to design, and we're going to add a variant. and then the buttons here. Center this. Have been sent off. We can put an icon here. So one of my favorite websites for using icons is flavicon.com. So here I can do like, let's see, a celebratory. Let's just do flowers, would make sense. Do a flower icon here. See what's good. I think this is good. Whoever made this Vitality, thank you. Use that. And oh, that's a big icon. I'm going to reduce that down. Hit K. Oh, scale this. Just press K to put it in scale mode and it scales down. All right. Trying to see, maybe we could do like animation. So let's create another variant. Okay, there we go. Let's get rid of these. Actually, can I just, let's go back real quick. Click this, see if I can make another variant. It won't let me duplicate it again, will it? No. Let me see if it just lets me. No, it won't. Okay, let's add a variant. All right, we need to get rid of this here. All right, we're going to bring this down. Oh, bring this down, and then I'm going to have like the same. Oh, we want to do it again. Just add another variant. Copy this again. All right. This looks like it's off. All right. So now do kind of a circle. Oh. Okay, created a circle there. And now what we can do is go to prototype, click send gift. All right. And then this will have to just happen after. Let's do the smart animate. Yep. And then we can just drag this down. Just do it on after a delay. All right, and then let's see how that looks. Let's go back, click to flow C, hit enter. Let's go big screen. We can click gift. Oh, that doesn't disappear. I think it's because it's not. To do was take this, and what you have to do is right click copy, not control C copy, and then paste here. And then what this gets you is a new nested instance. So the icons here are different. So if I just copy normally, it thinks it's email input default. So you have to right click copy, and that's the difference. So now I can put the component inside my thing, and we can come back here and go back. So if I click send gift off, I can, oh, let me reset it, send gift off. I have it overlapping, sorry about that. I'm going to delete that. Or then going to go back to assets modal, drag that over. There we have it. Okay, let's restart. Let's send the gift. Oh, it's still there. Weird. Oh God. I figured it out. Oh my God. Oh my God. No. Oh no. It's two of the same frames, bro. Wow, that really sucks. God. Okay. All right, I'm back, everyone, after editing and figuring out what's wrong with Figma. But if you have overlapping frames, that will make a big problem. So always check the frames. That really stinks. So finally, after figuring out the animation again, click send gift, your email here. Okay, I typed in my email, I'll send a gift. And then a little animation. We should add a little bit like an X or something here to the design. Is it added to the other ones? Nope. Of course not. Put that there. Take that. Take it down here. All right, that's good. All right, back to the story. So user types an email address and sends email. User will receive email. Okay, so we're going to go to my Google. We're going to copy this. Just completely get rid of everything inside. All right, it's completely empty. Gonna go back and let's see. Let's say I received email. Okay. I'm going to go look at my Gmail account like this. Alright, so I've taken a screenshot of my Gmail, and then we're going to recreate what it looks like to receive an email. See if this is not inside the frame. Make sure it's inside the frame. There it is. It's inside the frame. I'm going to hit K and then scale the image back up to the desktop size. Probably doesn't look right, so I'm going to make a copy of this. I'm going to crop it down to the two buttons, the reply and forward. I'm going to bring that down here. Then I'm going to lay over some white space. All right, lay over the white space here. And then we're going to reconstruct emails. So we're going to do probably something centered, blooming for you. I'm going to do 24. Let's get a basic box here, actually. All right. I think I like the way Morning Brew kind of designs their emails. I really enjoy that kind of boxed look. Keeps it clean. Do something like this, and they use another box inside to kind of just make like a headliner for the logo and branding, like this. All right, perfect. Let's just do a random green color. Looks terrible. Oh, so bad. It's terrible. All right, perfect. All right, then we are going to then do the text. Going to do the paragraph text here, 12. All right, you have received flowers from Leslie. All right, you have received flowers from Leslie Webble. And then we'll have like a claim button. Put this down to 10. Claim your flowers. And then we can just make this kind of like that. In the center, and then the photo of the flowers is going to be important. Let's go get a photo. Just reuse this here. Perfect. Reduce this here. All right. Okay, now that's our email, and then we'll have some branding. Okay. So when they click their flowers, we're going to have a login page now. This is something we haven't had before, so we're just going to honestly start from scratch here, grab another thing, users who claim flowers. All right. So it says user A will not have an account. So we need two flows here. Users who claim flowers, user A. And then we are going to expand this. We're going to have user B down here. User B. All right, perfect. So let me get rid of this. No account. All right. And then has an account. So the behavior is different for someone who has an account already and who's logged in, versus somebody who does not have an account. They'll need to create an account and sign up. All right, so user A will not have the account for Blooming for You, so they'll be asked to create an account. with the specific flower name and obtain a name and a picture to obtain the flower once the account is created. So I think the way I want to do this is actually just get rid of the navbar. Then we're going to, honestly, we're going to make this a component. Create a component for non-matching selection. The image is outside of the frame. Back here. All right, and then we're going to create a component. Drag this over. All right, perfect. And then I'm going to squish this down. Left or right? I think we're going to do the left. So what we're going to do is we're going to break this up into two sections like this. Send this back like that. Let's see if this is equal. Is that right? That looks about right. And we're going to bring the component here. Right. I'm going to get rid of. Let's detach the instance. Get rid of that. Oh. Group it. All right, perfect. So I think we want to take this message down here. Put this as a 0. Come back here. Can enlarge it somehow. Then we can move this up here. We can get rid of this back. See flowers here. And put this along the top. Get rid of the edges here. All right, perfect. All right, then we put that here. All right, so now we need to make a completely new form. It's going to be a login form. So we're going to need username, email, and password, confirm password there. And then we can do like a Google kind of like integrate thing with the email. All right, so let's just go ahead and get that done here. So 24. Let's log in. And up to claim your flowers. Put that in the center, and then we are going to then do second heading. Now we're going to do third heading. Third heading right here, and then we're going to left align. Just going to move this here, move it here. Then we're going to do a username, email, password, confirm password. Finally, we are going to put the rounded edges on here. Like this. All right. Get these inputs here. I'm just going to give this a stroke really quick. I'm going to then set it to white. And then, oh, the spacing is terrible. I do not like it. And then There we go, like that. So claim your flowers. Let's center it like this. Then we can make like a Google, make this gray. Let's get like a Google icon. Just say sign in with Google. Sign in with Google. Let's get the Google icon here. Thank you, Google, for uploading your icon. Can make it easier to develop apps. Whenever I put sign in with Google. All right. I don't really love the placement of it. We'll just put that there, and then let's go get a button. All right, we're going to log in. All right, so this button's so small looking. There we go. Should we put it? This needs to be sign up. Then just take everything in here, try to center it best we can. Kind of just leave it over there. All right, and then we can do a little note like already have a account, question mark, upper right, like this. Can make it a little bit gray, not too gray. All right, perfect. So the user will see the flower, and then they can go ahead and sign in and claim that flower. So that's the second part of the flow. Now, someone who's already logged in, when I say we're not logged in, they'll just, let's see, how do we do this? I think what we should just do is reuse the whole like, oh, you're logged in already, so you redirect to view the flower. So, but we'll need a login page anyway, so let's go down here, get rid of this. All right, perfect. Then we'll just reuse these components. Oh, no. To claim your flowers, let's go here, username or email. Perfect. I think we should probably reuse that here. log in. All right, so user has an account, they can log in. They're going to get to the same result, that is honestly viewing the flowers. Should be, or has an account. All right, so let me get rid of this one. This is, we'll see. All right, so they'll view the flower. Just get rid of that. Then we're going to take the flower, move it over here. All right, then let's take the login, and we can point the login. You know, we logged in, and then we can do the sign up here like this. So you signed up, so you're going to go ahead and see the flower. Then what we can also do is see it in our collection. So let's update the collections page like this. Page. All right, so I had collection as a navbar element there. So now when I click collections, it will go ahead and take me to the collections page. Oh, wait a minute. I need this here. Okay, perfect. Let me go here. So if I go to the collections, it will take me to, what the heck? This is not, collections page with new flower. All right, and then let me drag this down. Perfect. Now let's bring this over. Then we are going to add this in as a thumbnail to indicate a new flower has been added. Great. And then if they want to click this flower, they can just, you know, click it, the card, and it can send you back. All right, great. So I think that pretty much covers it for the wireframing. So let's just go through the whole wireframe to get a sense of pretty much how everything works here. So yeah, let's do that. We're going to start with A. So this is going to be flow A. Let's restart. I don't know what happened with this. That's C2. Start it. There we go. All right, now let's just go through the whole prototype. So now in what I'm going to do is going to screenshot pretty much every step and put that into the user story. I'm going to edit it, and then I'm going to go to my first flow, flow A, and you know, we can screenshot the flow like this, and then put it right into our user story like this. So I've added it. So I won't do that in the video, but I will update the whole user story with screenshots, and then as a UX UI designer will follow the wireframe, they will try to make this a real living and breathing application, right? So let's just go through that naturally though. So here, according to the story, we should be able to see a flower in the application here, and we should be able to save it. And then we should be able to view the flowers that we have here. Okay, I'm viewing my flower. And then we can go to the next step where we can edit the flower. Then we can send a gift. I'm going to type send the gift to myself, send the gift. I get a little confirmation animation there. And then we need to go to the next step, which I did not added that, did not add that to the prototype. We should, there we go. So I have to draw a line all the way up here to the email page. Perfect. So I'm going to click it. Okay, I got my email. You received a flower. I can claim my flower. I see the flower I'm going to get. I'm going to fill out this information. I'm going to either, log. It's the annoying thing about Figma sometimes is that the thing here is overlaid pretty weirdly. Okay, I'm going to click already have an account or log in, sign up, and then I should see my flower. I can then go to my collections, and then I can go back and see my flower and see my other flowers and send them to other users. So we've created a complete wireframe here, and I've done the prototyping to kind of show you the UX and UX flow logic there. So thank you for joining me on this really long journey, on this in-depth wireframing journey, and I think that should cover it there. Thank you.